Okay, so now I'm going to be putting 10 more page kits together. I think this video is going to have a little bit of real time and a little bit of voiceover, just so that I can get through these. And I'd like the 10 other pages to be done, or the 20 other pages to be done fairly quickly. So I want to make sure that I get quite a bit done today. Now today is, what day are we today? December 30th. So we're still in 2019. I'm hoping to put this page up, or putting these page kits up today. And I'm working on another special project too. I'm hoping to get that up today or tomorrow. And just to, kind of finish off the year on a good note, I did take some time off. I think it was December 25th to 29th. I took 4 days off, because of Christmas, and we weren't home for Christmas. So we had some traveling to do. Then we came home, and the very next day, Mason had a hockey tournament. He had 7 games of hockey from Friday to Sunday. So, each game is an hour. So you're talking 7 hours. We have to be there basically an hour before. So that's 14 hours. And then it takes them about half an hour to get out of the rink. So that's another half hour each game. So that's another, well, make it fair, we'll say 3 hours. So that's 14, 17. And then one of the games, it wasn't even worth it to leave because they were playing within an hour and 15 minutes after the last game, which was the finals. They made it to the finals. Like, they lost in the finals, but this was a special team that they kind of put together. It was a special tournament, and it was kind of neat because it did have, because at Mason's age, usually they do hockey, but they don't call icing, they don't call offsides and all this stuff. Well, this tournament here, they did. So they had one practice. This is a brand new team that they put together. And so they had one practice to learn about all that stuff. And then the tournament they put into practice. And my goodness, they did really well. They ended up finishing in second place. To get to there, they won 2 games, and they lost 1 game in overtime, which it never should have gone in overtime to begin with, because Mason scored, and because the referee didn't see it, he called it no goal. It was like, oh, but it went in. But these things happen, right? So, but they lost in overtime. The refs didn't even know the rules. They were supposed to play 3-minute or 5-minute period and then go to shootout, but they just got them to go to shootout right away. So anyway, they lost that one, and then they made it to the semifinals, and they won that game, and then they went to the finals, which they lost that game, which we knew they were going to lose because apparently that team was from another city, Fredericton, which is like 2 hours from here. And they're only 6, don't forget. They've already been playing together for 2 years. So since they were 4, all they do is tournaments. And they go to hockey camp together, and they go to summer camps, hockey camps together. So they're always playing together. So they were really good. For 6 years old, they were really good. And we're so proud of our kids, though. Like, they did so well. Their team, it was put together 2 weeks before the tournament, and they had 1 practice together. So I think he's going to modify the team a little bit, because he decided to go in the tournament so late that some kids that were put on the team, that's just me, but I don't think they're going to be on the team next time. And I think, well, what he said was, the coach said was, I want to give that team a run for their, sort of run for their money. They were good. Okay. So that's all we did was spend the whole weekend was in arenas, and, you know, some days we didn't even come home because it wasn't worth it. And then when we got home at night, usually it was like 7 or 8 o'clock at night, we ate and we went to bed because we had to be up early for the next day's tournament. So, yeah. And Mason, his regular team was having a practice on Saturday at 8, which my husband had to go because he's the coach. And Mason was like, what do you mean? I'm not going to practice. I want to go to practice. And my husband was like, no. You have 7 games this weekend. You're staying home. You're resting. And, but he wanted to go. That's how much he loves hockey. I want to put that a little wood veneer in there. Why not? So I think I'll do 5 real time, and then I'll do 5 voiceover. And that way I can talk a little bit about what has been happening. So on Christmas Eve, we went to my mother's house. We got there around 6:30 at night. And then, is that enough stuff? I'm trying to think here if that's enough stuff. I don't have a lot of embellishments picked out, right? This is what I have to work with. So I kind of have to make it so that I use everything that's in here. And there was a reason for that. These are older embellishments, but if I find that I don't have enough, like labels and that kind of stuff, one thing that I did just before we went away, I started dividing my embellishments by color, which I had started way back and then kind of stopped. So in cases like this, now I can take out the color that I need and then look for stuff like labels and finishing embellishments if I find I'm running out. So the video for this should go up either today or tomorrow. Depends if I can get it ready or not. Here, I like that. Oh, I like this. These are like rubber embellishments. I like those. Okay, so that's enough. If I'm putting my page together and I notice, oh, I wish I had a little bit more stuff, I'll just grab my little container where I keep all my embellishments now, my extra embellishments, and then I'll have that. So I just need to get a bag. Oh, this is a big bag because this is what was keeping the bags in. So it was 100 bags at 13 by 15. I got this like probably 15 years ago, but this bag is bigger than the norm, which is fine. I still use it. I'll get the next bag out. Might as well keep this in because that's what I'm using, and get the next page kit, and that's going to be some black and red. Okay, put that there. So we went to my mom's for Christmas like everybody, and you know, we were just sitting around the table chatting, laughing, and you know, just enjoying each other's company and stuff. And then somebody mentioned that they had been putting stuff for Bonfire since September and they hadn't lit it up So it was like right away, Taylor and Josh went outside and it was like, yep. They started the fire. So Christmas Eve, we are standing by a bonfire that was like, oh, it must have been 10 feet high up, you know, the flames and stuff. We had a ball. We stayed out there probably, I'd say about 2 to 3 hours until the fire died down. And then we went back in. But that was the highlight this Christmas, was that bonfire. Now, I was looking for my recipe cards. There they are. I think because it's red and black. Of course, the pictures weren't all that great. I'll put Bonfire 2019 and I'll put Christmas. So I'll know to use that. Everything on here. It was a good time. I think there's enough stuff right now. I can put the XOXO because we love that. So that was a lot of fun. And then of course Christmas morning, got up not too early. Mason loves to sleep, so we never opened our Christmas gifts till I think it was past noon, because we were waiting for my brother and his family. They opened their Christmas gifts, and I said, well, that's kind of not fair to Mason, poor kid. So we let him open up like 2 or 3 of them. And then he was interested in playing with that. So it kind of worked out. He played with, that's, okay. He played with the gifts that he had opened. He had a blast. So that was fun. Okay. And then we had a turkey supper, of course. And then Christmas night was kind of chill. Everybody was, I think, burnt out from the night before. So they played, we call it ping pong. A kid version. We put water in the cups, and it's just basically like a competition, you know, like who can knock off the other person, and then you make teams and all this stuff. So so they played that for quite a bit. They played Uno, and then we went to bed. It was like midnight, I would say. Yeah, midnight. And then the next morning we got up, had breakfast, and we came home because my husband's sister has Boxing Day supper. So I wanted to make sure that we were home early enough that we could get sort of our stuff done, you know, because we didn't bring our Christmas gifts there because it would have been just too many. So then the kids stopped on the way by, finished open their Christmas gifts. And then, have to say, we had a nap in the afternoon. And then we went to his sister's house for a couple hours. Let me get the blue container. I kind of like this. I kind of like this a lot. Because I didn't open a whole bunch of new packages for, you know, putting this page for this kit together. I'm liking that I can go and just grab extra stuff, mostly like labels and stuff, right? And, you know, finishing embellishments. Let me see if I can grab some more here. So that was Boxing Day. And then the next morning, Mason was on the ice at 8. And then he had like, 9:15 till 10. And then he was back on the ice at 12. So we just went to Subway, all of us, and ate subs. Then went back to the rink. And then after that, we went to Costco to get food for supper. So we got that. Then we ate, and Mason was to bed early because, oh no, then we came home for a little bit, and then he had a game at 6. He had 3 games on Friday. So when we came home, then we ate. After that, then it was basically to bed. And then next morning we got up, started over again. And his first game was only at 11:30, so that was good. And then he had another game at 4:30, and because they won that, then they had another game at 6:30. So 4:30 to 5:15. So they had an hour and 15 minutes off before his next game. And then they lost in the finals, which, like I said, we knew they were going to, but they gave them a good, I can tell you, after the first period, that other team was like, uh-oh, they're giving us a run for our money here. And, but then they ran out of steam because they only had an hour off, and the other team had 2.5 hours off in between their 2 games. So not only were they better, but they had a little bit more time to kind of catch their wind. And so next one. Then we came home. We had supper, gave Mason a bath, and again straight to bed because by that time it was like 8:39. Because he was on the ice again at 9:15 with his regular team. And they won 11-7, I think. And the other games, I don't know. They had to put Mason defense for the tournament, for a lot of the tournament, because, like I said, a lot of the kids, well, even Mason, this was the first time they played with offsides and icing and all this stuff, and having, positions and all that stuff. And some of the other kids just could not get it being defense, and Mason got it. So he was defense. But he still managed to have a couple of goals, I think, during the tournament, and several assists, because he would get it to the person that needed to score. So, but in the last game, he got 8 goals and 1 assist out of 11. So he's doing good. He's loving it. I think that's the main thing, is that he loves it so much. Okay, so here there's a little bit of orange on this. So let's try to bring, I don't have a lot of orange in here. So I'm just going to take a couple things, and I might, now that I have all those embellishments divided by color, it's so easy. I can just go here and say, okay, orange. I don't have a lot in here yet, but I could make this about hockey. Totally could. I think I might, because I like this. There you go. Use this. Yeah, let's put that in there. I think after this, I'll say that's enough. And we'll move on to the next one. I think I'll do one more real time. And then I'll complete 5 that I'll do a voiceover, and I'll put them all in the same video. Perfect. There's a little orange sticker in here, and so that'll work well with this. Okay. Oh, maybe I should put hockey on this. I'll put Mason hockey, because I won't remember if I don't do it now. There we go. Mason hockey. I think that's one. Oh, I did do 5 real time. So I think I pretty much caught you up to what it was like our holidays. It was super busy, super fun. He has another hockey tournament this weekend and another hockey tournament the next weekend. So the next few weeks are going to be a little crazy. And that's why right now I'm trying to get, while I can, some videos ahead. I am working on January 2nd, one day, and then I took an extra shift. They were offering a shift in the department that I like, and I'm like, oh, okay, I'll put my name for that. I don't want to work on the regular floor, but I'll work in there. So, and I put my name down, and I got the shift because I don't work a lot extra other than my normal shifts. Just because my body can't take it anymore. But in that other room, I kind of like it. So it's challenging. It's always busy. But I don't have to worry about doing CPR on a 3-year-old. My body doesn't want to do that anymore. I mean, I still do my regular shifts, but I don't want to do any more than I have to in the 911 room. I know, like I said, I was going to go down to, I'm going to retire by 55. So I know that I have like a year and a half, year and 5 months. And it sounds like a lot, but I've already been part-time for 2.5 years. So I know it's going to go by like that. So I'm okay with it. I am okay with it. Okay. I'm going to put that in there. Okay, so I just finished this one here. And what, oh, there's maybe something like that. There's like cream in there. So I found one thing that was cream. Okay, so now that's 6 page kits that I did real time. And I'm going to do 4 that I'm just going to do the voiceover. And so hopefully in this week alone, I'll finish doing up my page kits. I'm hoping to do, I don't think I'll be able to finish my December daily, but I'm hoping to do, I think I'm up to 14, 3 days. If I do, yeah, I should be able to do at least 3 sets of 2s of days, hopefully 4, and that'll bring me to 22, day 22. And then, you know, next week I'll just have to keep doing a couple of days every day at least. I won't be doing more than that because I want to start doing my end of year videos, such as, you know, all the books that I read and my goals for next year and all those fun videos, my word for 2020, all those I like to put like the first week of January. So those will be coming up next week. So I'll probably slow down on these December daily, but I'm going to get it done in January. It has to be done because I know if it goes beyond the middle of January, it just won't get done. But that's it for now. And attached to this, I'll have 4 more pages. 4 more pages sped up with the voiceover. Whew, words. So stay tuned for that, and we will talk to you soon. Okay, so for the first part of this video, we put 6 pages together real time, and it kind of gave me a chance to kind of tell you how my Christmas went and all this stuff. And let me know in the comments down below, how was your Christmas? Did you get any chances to scrap at all? And I hope all of you had a wonderful Christmas and Boxing Day, and just enjoy the time off, the days off of work. As you can tell, ours was a little crazy, but I have to say that New Year's for us is going to be that relaxing, that chilling time, because we have absolutely no plans to leave the house. Like, we're going to be, my son wanted to get the Nintendo Switch Just Dance, and we got extra Joy-Cons for the Nintendo Switch, and so we're going to have sort of a dance-off for New Year's Eve, and my daughter's coming over too, Caitlin. So I think it's going to be a lot of fun that way, but we're not leaving the house. I'll make a couple of dips and maybe a vegetable dip, and we're going to get some chicken wings and just have some good old fun at home. And as far as I'm concerned, I think it's the best way to ring in the year. Hopefully it'll kind of give us that mojo that next year it won't be as crazy as it was this year, but we'll see. So in this part, I'm just putting 4 pages together, but by the end of this session, I'll have put together, I think it's 21 page kits. So I think I only have 9 left for the next video. And I'm feeling really good about that, because that means that I'm going to have 30 page kits that I can start making some pages in the new year. It's a great way to start the new year. I know that I have 30 page kits ready to go. And next week I can start using some of these page kits to do some of the videos that I really love doing at the beginning of the year, such as my goals video for my goals for the next year. I usually do a goals for, my personal life, and then a goals for my reading life, if you want to say my reading goals. And then I usually like to do my one little word. So whenever I feel overwhelmed, I just think of that one little word. So I pick one little word, and then all year I don't necessarily make an album for it like Ali Edwards does it. But for me, it's just something that I really enjoy making. What I should do is get a frame and put it up on my wall, just because those are some of my favorite layouts that I make all year. But that's it. That is going to be the 10th page that I put together in this session. And if you're new to my channel, don't forget to hit subscribe. And if you're enjoying these videos, if you wouldn't mind giving me a thumbs up and leave me a comment down below. And also, Happy New Year to everyone. And I want to thank you so much for watching. Bye.